I just wanted to take a minute to introduce him, to introduce the Governor of the Commonwealth and my friend, Deval. Can you hear me all right? Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, let me thank all of you for being here, for the very warm welcome to Nantasket Beach. I know that every evening this time is just like this, right? Perfect weather, hardly any humidity. It's just right. And I'm glad to be with you all. I want to thank Garrett and Jamie and Bob for their warm welcome and their partnership on so much of what we do up on Beacon Hill. And there are many members here as well. I know other elected officials and a number of folks from my own team. We are really here to have a conversation. I didn't come to make a speech. I really want to have a conversation. And I hope that you will be as candid and as helpful and as constructive as you can be. And I will tell you why I think it's important for us to have a conversation. I look away from my team when I tell you this because they hate it when I tell them the story. But we had a big breakthrough in the Life Sciences Initiative. You heard Garrett mention the Life Sciences Initiative, which we passed now about 3 weeks ago. Big breakthrough after working on this for almost a year. About, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago in February. And we decided, the Senate President, the Speaker, and I, to go and have a press conference and tell everybody about this big breakthrough. Because it's a signature initiative we've been working on. So we went over to MGH, and the leadership of the hospital and most of the other major teaching hospitals were there. The muck-de-mucks from the Life Sciences Initiative came. Every single camera from every single network, all the print reporters were there. One question from the paper of record. I won't mention the paper. One question from the reporter. Governor, would you care to comment on your new haircut? And the next day, in that paper of record, the only thing they reported on was my haircut. Nothing about the life sciences. Now, I'm the first to say, and I would say it even if there were not members of the press present, that we need a strong, active, independent media to have a strong democracy. Yeah. But I also believe, I agree, you can applaud that, I think that's right. But I also believe, as I did during my campaign, that I need a direct relationship with you and you with me. You need to hear from me in unfiltered terms what we're working on, and I need to hear from you in unfiltered terms what you do. Because I'm not one who believes that government can solve every problem in everybody's life. But I do believe government has a role in helping people help themselves. And I think that the best kind of government, the kind of government that we're trying to lead at the state level, is about trying to make conditions that serve our long-term interests. I'm not governing for sound bites and photo ops and so on. I'm trying to make a fundamentally better path for you and your kids and me and mine for a generation to come. That's what our initiatives have been about. That's what the Life Sciences Initiative is about. That's what the energy bill is about. A breakthrough set of initiatives here to try to break our dependence on imported oil, to be better stewards of our environment and create some jobs and some lower cost energy along the way. It's really what all those bond bills, Bob mentioned the transportation bond bill, this is the second half of a transportation bond bill, which by the way, actually is 3 parts. Really, when you get to the deficient grid, I just want to tell you, the Four River Bridge is top of the list. But what we have asked the legislature for is billions of dollars of bonding authorization so we can start to rebuild the economy. It's not particularly glamorous stuff. You know, it doesn't get a lot of people all excited that we're talking about rebuilding water lines and sewer lines and bridges, you know, potholes and roads and roads and so forth. But it is the kind of thing that creates conditions to grow opportunity. why we're looking at investing in affordable housing. Public housing as well, but affordable housing, workforce housing, housing for seniors, and strategies that enable seniors to age in place if they choose, if they're able to. So that's the kind of thing we've been working, a set of things, or a handful of them we've been working on. There are many, many more. But I'm really here, as I said, not to make a speech, it's to listen to you, and I'm sorry he can't really, his wonderful hat, I just kind of have to put it down. And here's how the format will work. There are a couple of people from the office with microphones. Yes. Where are you? Here's one. Here's Brendan. Here's David. There are also a couple of people. So if you have a question, identify it yourselves, and they will come, or a comment, or advice, or whatever, and they will come to you. There are also people here with clipboards to try to. Here's one over here, and here's Mary Kate over here. There's a third. All right. So if your question or comment or need requires some follow-up, that we can get your information and get back to you. All right? Is that fair? Okay. And I'm just going to ask, in the interest of time, I will try to keep my answers brief, although I'm not very good at that. Let me ask you to try to keep your questions brief as well. Okay? Great. Go.
Governor, thank you very much for coming to the South Shore. Wonderful, thank you. Jim Campbell, I'm joined by Constantine Constantinides, the former selectman from Situate. We are so pleased the vision that you're bringing to this state. And we want to mention another great Democrat, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, helped build a lot of these seawalls, the WBA